I'm Brooklyn.
That's it for
And
this
I'm
week's
Gavin.
episode, and
We'll
welcome
see you
back
back
to
next
this
week
week's
for more on
episode
the
of the
Flat
Flat
Report.
Report.
On this week's episode, we got the chance to talk to Mr. Windham, interview one of our senior basketball players, take a look at the In the Hall challenge, and ask the elementary a very interesting question.
Draw your attention to this next segment. Let's get ready for In the Hall.
You have 10 seconds to draw a toilet. Go. Time. This is her drawing of a toilet. So this is what your daughter drew, and we need you to figure out what it is and draw it. Yes.
A little boat.
I don't know.
So I'm supposed
You
to
have-
draw a boat now?
Yes, you have 10 seconds to draw it. Ready? Go. Oh. Thank you. Guess what this is? Okay. You have 10 seconds to draw.
Do I have to erase this?
Yeah, sorry. You have 10 seconds to draw a dog. Are you ready? Go.
Yes.
You still had 6 seconds left.
Oh! Girl, that's easy.
That's time. Oh. Can you guess what this picture is? It's a dog. You have 10 seconds to draw a giraffe. Are you ready? Go.
Get it open!
You have 3 seconds.
What?
Tom.
I did it.
Beautiful giraffe. Can you guess what this picture is? Yeah, it is. You have 10 oh my goodness, I don't have the timer. You have 10 seconds to draw a turtle. Are you ready? Oh, here, you might want to erase that first.
Oh, thanks.
You have 10 seconds to draw a turtle. Ready, set, go. That's actually really good. Oh.
Let's check out our interview with Mr. Windham.
Today I'm here with our principal, Mr. Windham, and we're just going to ask him a few questions and get to know him better. So first of all, can you just tell us just a little bit about yourself before we get into questions?
Yeah, so my name is Mr. Windham. I'm the principal here at Maud. I got to teach and coach here at Maud as well back in my younger days. And I've got a wife who teaches at the elementary, does 3rd grade, and I have 2 sons that have attended Maud, and I have another one that went to school at Pewitt a long time ago, and he's now got a baby. So actually, I'm a granddad now.
Oh, that's so fun. What did you teach?
I was kind of a roundabout. I taught a little bit of everything, but my main subject was biology, and then I taught chemistry, physics, forensic science,
Oh, goodness.
anatomy and physiology, and I taught a lot of what was an old test. It was tax.
Oh, yeah.
And so I taught kids how to pass that test.
Oh, okay. Kind of like all the science teachers here.
That's right.
Physics kicked my tail, though. All right. So how long have you been a principal?
This is my 7th year here as a principal, and that's pretty much the entire length of time I've been a principal. Before that, I was coaching. So,
Okay, so what made you want to be a principal?
I think because I get to affect more kids instead of just a smaller group. Like when I
Right.
was teaching, yes, I have 100 kids, and coaching, you have about 40 to 50 kids. But when you're a principal now, it's 500 kids.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot cooler.
Yeah.
I get to see a lot of the fun times. I get to see some of the bad times.
Yeah. Get to take phones.
Take phones, that's right. Teach life lessons along the way and try to help them learn how to rationalize things, decision-making process, stuff like that. Just cool stuff.
I can second that. You've definitely taught me some things, especially throughout high school. You taught me quite a bit just by talking to you just a little bit.
Good.
But I think it's a really cool job. It's also, I know it's a lot to handle too. It's probably a lot to manage.
It is. It's tough to manage just because there's so many parts.
Yeah.
You know, people think principaling is just watching the teachers and the kids, and it's not. And I mean, I still do transportation. I do field trips and making sure that the flag's put up the right way on the right day, and make sure it's at half mast or full mast or whatever. You know, I mean, there's way more to it. Like making sure the ball fields are ready to go, making sure that the cafeteria is running, making sure that I'm up at 4:00 when it's a snow or ice day, and making sure the roads are good.
It's just a lot of little things people don't think of.
That nobody, or I shouldn't say nobody, that people like myself would not think about if it didn't actually pertain to me.
Right.
So,
yeah.
It's good.
So I know you said you coached a little bit. So prior to being a principal, other than coaching, what else did you do?
So prior to teaching and coaching, I actually worked in Brookshire's as a stock crew.
Really?
I stocked all the shelves, broke down boxes, unloaded trucks to and from, worked at Walmart as a cart pusher once or twice for a little while. While I was in college, I played baseball. So during the summers, I'd have off. So when I say off, I played at night for a college league or whatever. But during the day, I worked at Lone Star Steel, which was a long time ago. But I was like a pipe fitter helper and stuff like that. So I worked in some of the grimiest, nastiest possible jobs you can think of at the time. So it taught me a lot, kind of doing all of those different things.
Right.
To where I can relate to more people. So it was a good experience for me. I think everybody should, work at some point in time just to get the experience of it before you actually start your real life job.
I agree, 100%. And I'm sure, did you think that all of that would lead up to your job right now being a principal?
Not even close.
Really?
Yeah. So everybody goes, I already know exactly what I'm going to do when I grow up, where I'm going to be, and all that. And I'm still almost 50 years old and still don't know what I want to do when I grow up.
Really? That's crazy.
So it's kind of unique. Like some days I think, man, I wouldn't mind going and doing construction work. And then there's some days I wouldn't mind driving a diesel truck or something to go see the world or go see the United States and stuff. So I don't know. I know retirement's creeping up and I'm getting really close, but I still feel like there's so much more out there that I can do to go help other people. And I think that comes back to the whole servant leader mindset. I want to help others more than I'm worried about myself.
Right. I love that. That's exactly how I am. I
like Jesus.
Right. We love Jesus. That's Amen. All right. So what made you want to go from coaching, back on that topic, to being a principal?
I think, like I said, just kind of, I didn't get to see enough kids. And then the other side of it is, the weird piece on coaching is no one understands this, I feel like. I'm sure there are people that do.
Right.
But everybody helps student athlete.
Yeah.
There's a lot of kids that nobody is there for, and I wanted to be there for them.
Right. That's great, honestly.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those deals that I got to a point where I saw so many people being willing to help the athletic side that I wanted to help the other side, the band kid, the kid that's in robotics, the kid who doesn't participate in anything and just works. I want to help them out too. What can I do to make their life easier or better? Or what can I do to help them advance themselves to be ahead of somebody coming out from, let's say, Texarkana, Arkansas, or Texas High, or Dangerfield, or Paul Pewitt. What can I do to help our kids or the kids I'm involved with get a job faster and make more money than somebody else? So there's always that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I love that.
I liked and wanted to be in
I think that's a great thing, because I think most people, or like people you just like generally talk to, they wouldn't think anything like that.
No,
They wouldn't
no,
think like
yeah.
that at all.
No, and I think it's going back into the crazy world we live in. We're a little selfish at times.
Yeah.
And so to step out of that and to look at, okay, what can I really do to affect and change the world and make it better is the bigger piece there. You know?
Right.
So.
Right. This is a whole life lesson. We got a little therapy
That's
session going
right,
on.
That's right. That's what we wanted. We want it to be a good place.
Right. All right. So if you weren't a high school principal, what do you see yourself doing?
Like I said, I mean, I really don't know. Like, I haven't grown up yet in some regards. Like,
Yeah.
I honestly think about the driving a diesel truck because, like, man, I really want to go see the rest of the United States. I've seen a little bit of it here and there. Like, I've stayed in the southern areas, but I haven't been to Yellowstone. I haven't seen the redwood trees in California or the cliffs in Washington, Oregon, and all that. I haven't seen the Appalachian Mountains completely. I've seen a little small piece of it.
There's
I've been
just so much to
Florida once.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never been to New York, nor do I really want to go to New York.
Me too.
But I
That's
do want
how
to
I
see
am.
the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, yeah. That'd be so cool.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, there's different pieces of it. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm a flight attendant. I don't
Maybe.
know.
So
I
you
hate
just kind of
planes,
want
though.
to travel and see the world.
I want to go places
Yeah.
and do things and see things. But,
Right.
you know, if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I mean, I could stay around here and, you know, maybe, I don't know, be a guy that just hunts and traps fur. I don't know. I just want to have fun. You know,
Right.
enjoy
Yeah.
life.
That's the best way to go about it.
That's right.
Whatever makes you happy, do it.
True story.
Yeah. Alrighty. Last question. Would you ever consider going back to coaching, and why or why not?
Absolutely. And I say that in terms of I still feel like that I like competition.
Oh, yeah.
You know, not
Healthy
that-
competition.
Healthy competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only that, you know, like even when I was growing up as a kid, me and my sister would get into fights basically over Monopoly, like just, you know, stupid games, right?
Yeah.
Like who worries about winning Monopoly really and truly? But in my
Me
house,
and my siblings, too.
yes, me and my house, it was a fight.
Oh, yeah. Or like
I mean,
Uno.
Yeah.
Me and my parents.
And I hate to say this now, but I would steal the little houses all the time from the board and try to stack them up on my side, you know, stuff like
Cheating?
that. Oh, absolutely.
So that ain't healthy competition.
No, that's where I learned I was not a very good sport sometimes. But yeah, no, I would like to come back and coach for that purpose of it, just to kind of you know, get that competitive fire going.
Right.
Also, I would love to kind of help people. I'm not saying that I know everything, but I'm sure there's a thing or two that I could help still teach or coach.
Yeah. Even whenever you walk in the classrooms, you ask guys about how their games go
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
like that. And you're like, oh, you know what you need to do?
That's
you need to do
right.
this next.
Yeah,
You're still
exactly
trying
right.
to coach a little bit.
That's exactly right. And
Just helping.
So just more tools that they have in the bag, the better off they'll be.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
So I love talking about that stuff, doing that stuff. But the other side, I think, for coaching of it for me would be, I would want to go at a different level. Maybe like I've done high school at pretty much every level, but I wouldn't mind doing like, you know, college coaching just to see what it's like.
Right.
You know, the whole recruiting thing still would be new to me.
Yeah. It'd be a different experience, but it'd definitely be a cool one, I think.
Yeah, especially with NIL right now and all that. Like, maybe I could get some NIL money.
All about the money sometimes. Alrighty. Well, thank you for letting me sit
Absolutely.
here and interview you. And back to you.
Now let's look at the important question Brooklyn asked the elementary.
Who am I here with today?
Presley Redford.
Presley, if you were principal for one day, what would you do?
I would be a nice principal and tell them to be quiet.
Okay. Who am I here with today?
Millie.
Millie, if you were principal for one day, what would you do?
Everyone would have to wear yellow Hello Kitty stuff, and at lunch would be a bunch of broccoli with strawberries and steak.
Oh, good answer.
And no math.
No math?
No math.
Okay. Who am I here with today?
Reed Coleman.
Reed, if you were principal for one day, what would you do?
Cancel school for the next 6 years
Why 6?
because then I'll be in high school.
Oh, good answer. Who am I here with today?
Charleston Cole.
Tristan, if you could be principal for one day, what would you do?
Nothing.
Good answer. Who am I here with today?
Chevy.
Chevy, if you were principal for one day, what would you do?
I think I would let every student go home.
Go home.
Because I know, like, they're, I want to be like a friend principal.
Yeah. Good answer. Good answer. Okay. Good job.
Can I do something?
Who am I here with today?
Jackson.
Jackson, if you were principal for one day, what would you do?
Let the kids do no work and play games all day.
Good answer.
Now let's pass it on over to Bayla and see what she has for us.
Who am I here with today?
Mooney.
And how do you feel about your senior season so far?
It's been good. Faced a lot of good competition, but I think we're on the uprise.
And Friday is y'all's first district game, so how do you feel about that?
It's Detroit, but we're ready.
Okay. And how do you think the season overall is going to end?
I think we have a shot at the district title.
That's good. And last question is, who are your favorite teammates?
Definitely Rippy Poo Thomas, and Brocky Poo Windham.
That's it for this week's episode.
See you back next week for more on the Flat Report.
Testing. Can you hear me? No, I'm just kidding.
1, 2, 3.
Can you really hear me?